9 degrees and this yard is full of life again. It's so nice. These bees are flying freely. They're heavy in the supplement. There's nothing out in bloom right now, so they are taking down everything we put out for them. I have Carrie going out to put out more supplement feeders just to be able to provide them with more of that food source. So they're looking for it, so we're going to give it to them. Trees aren't out yet. They've got a ways to go. But the forecast has warmed, so I think there's a bit of optimism. Maybe cooling down a little bit by the weekend, but I mean, if we keep getting days like this, in which I wasn't really expecting, then, you know, just add them up, right? So they're into the Ultra Bee, just going absolutely bonkers. Kind of wish I had it in a barrel just to make it a little more accessible for him, but this is all the feeder I had for him. We're putting out those blue kind of covered feeders. We haven't used them yet because they were buried in a big snowbank and we just finally found them, so we cleaned them up and they're going out to all the yards just to provide some more. And they're in the syrup, which is really nice to see. So this is saving me from having to put the pails out onto the colonies. And they're just, you know, they're feeding just perfectly, all nice and orderly. Very little fighting. They just all kind of line up like they're drinking out of a trough. Whoa. And they are busy. It's really interesting. You know, I just about got stung there, and I'm by the syrup feeder. And they're a lot more aggressive when taking down syrup than they are feeding on protein supplement. And I don't know why. I guess maybe it's more of a robbing spirit when they're after the sugar, and maybe it feels like it's more of a foraging spirit when they're after the supplement. I have no idea. But you know, I can hold my face in front of this thing without a problem. I mean, you can even stir them up a little bit, get more up in the air. They could give a damn that I'm here, but I can't do the same with the sugar over here. Now these guys are feeding. Here, I'll go to the other one. Heavily feeding, and I'm getting dive bombed right here by the sugar. Look at these guys. Isn't that cool? All lined up. But these guys are after my face here. So it's probably more of a robbing kind of frenzy where they're more aggressive, and more of a foraging frenzy where they're more focused on flying. I don't know. Just one of those things that I've noticed. That's what I thought was cool. The ground is just absolutely moving. As the bees go into the supplement feeder, they get all dusted up. I think it blinds them and they fly out and they land in the grass. I'm not sure if you can see, but the ground is moving. The bees are all over and they're kind of like, I'm stepping on some here. Poor little guys. But they're just kind of regaining themselves and almost like they're grooming themselves down. And I think they're wiping their eyes so then they can see again. So it's really neat. Just one of those things. This yard just is in such good shape. I mean, there's big ones, there's small ones, there's hungry ones, there's honey-bound ones. I mean, we got to go through and do our work as beekeepers here. So it's just a load of work, but just feels good. The energy in the air is just awesome. It's one of those things. So as you can see, we're only going to attempt, we can only get going about middle of the afternoon and they finally take flight. It was 5 degrees at noon and the bees are just taking flight then. So by the time we got organized, I was busy pulling the silage wagon out on the farm this morning, all morning. So by the time I got away from the farm, stopped fighting with the farm, and then redirected my attention and our attention towards what's going on here in the yards. It's about 2 o'clock, so, but now it's nice and sunny. It's 9 o'clock and we're ready to go. As you can see, I've got this yard set out, so we're going to tackle this separate yard today. By the time we get through it, the bees will be a little cranky as they end the day. But as you can see, I have all my supplement. I like to set my yards up. It just helps with the work. So I got my 2 patties, 1 for each colony, and then my 4 strips, 2 per each colony. And I set that all out through the entire yard. And it just helps, you know, as we're working, listening to the radio, not actually paying attention to what we're doing. We're just going through the motions. We don't forget anybody. We have everything set out, so then we look, and if we do forget a hive, then there's an extra patty and a couple strips there sitting there. So it just helps us keep track of everything and make sure we get this work done properly. So anyway, I'm going to get back to work. Carrie will be here right away after she feeds those yards with more supplement. And we'll get done this yard, and then hopefully tomorrow, I don't think we'll be back in the yards tomorrow, but we'll see what we can get done today.